In Sense and Sensibility, Jane Austen examines the interplay of reason and emotion through her central characters, Elinor and Marianne Dashwood. Elinor embodies the aspect of sense, demonstrating restraint, prudence, and social responsibility. She carefully manages her feelings and prioritizes duty and propriety, even when the costs are personal. Her composure is presented as a stabilizing force in a society that is unpredictable, revealing that measured judgment is a form of moral strength. Marianne, by contrast, personifies sensibility. She is passionate, open, and impulsive. She values authenticity over convention and believes emotions should be expressed freely. While her romantic idealism exposes her to heartbreak, her sincerity is admirable, suggesting that unrestrained feeling, when tempered by reason, can be valuable. It is through the Dashwood sisters that the novel emphasizes how neither sense nor sensibility alone guarantees happiness. Maturity requires a balance of both. The sisters' growth throughout the novel illustrates this balance in action. Elinor learns from Marianne that emotional honesty is not weakness, and Marianne discovers from Elinor that prudence and restraint are necessary to navigate life's challenges. Their contrasting temperaments enable mutual development, as each internalizes the other's strengths and moderates her own excesses. Through this dynamic, personal growth often arises from understanding and integrating differing virtues, rather than adhering rigidly to a single trait. There came a time when the Dashwood sisters and their mother were forced out of their home at Norland Park. Their father had died and he left the estate to their half-brother John due to the legal practice of male entailment. They were made to feel unwelcome by their sister-in-law, Mrs. Fanny Dashwood. Norland Park was entailed to Mr. Dashwood's male heir, which meant that Mr. Henry Dashwood had no control over the property's descent and could not leave it to his wife and daughters. When Mr. Dashwood died, his son John and his wife Fanny immediately came to Norland Park to take possession. It meant that the widow Mrs. Dashwood and her 3 daughters had become tenants in their own home. Fanny Dashwood, née Ferrars, made it clear that the Dashwood women were an inconvenience. Her behaviour and selfish intentions made their continued presence in the house an intolerable situation. Though Mr. Henry Dashwood had intended to provide for his family, the terms of the entailment prevented him from accumulating enough money to do so before his death. And so the Dashwoods were left with a very small sum that significantly reduced their social standing and forced them to find a home of basic suitability. The final straw came when Fanny made a tactless comment to Mrs. Dashwood about her brother's marriage prospects, implying that Elinor would not meet the terms of eligibility due to her lack of fortune. The insult solidified Mrs. Dashwood's decision to accept a remote housing offer in Devonshire, and thus the Dashwood ladies departed from Norland Park. Austen foregrounds the role of money, inheritance, and social status in shaping character and opportunity. The Dashwood family's reduced circumstances after their father's death highlight the vulnerability of women in Regency Society, who were largely dependent on advantageous marriages for security. Financial considerations, often outweighing romantic inclination, drive courtship and reveal the social pressures that dictate moral and personal choices. Through these material constraints, a critique is formed on society, where virtue and emotion are frequently tested by wealth and class. Our male characters further explore the tension between sense and sensibility. Edward Ferrars embodies integrity and deliberation, yet his reserved nature produces misunderstanding and emotional suffering. John Willoughby represents charm and impulsivity, but his moral weakness demonstrates the dangers of unchecked feeling. Colonel Brandon combines reflection with deep emotion, acting selflessly while feeling profoundly, presenting the ideal of a character in whom reason and sensibility coexist harmoniously. Through these men, the narrative posits that balance rather than extreme temperament defines moral and emotional maturity. Secrets and concealed engagements drive much of the story's tension and highlight societal constraints. Edward's secret commitment to Lucy Steele exemplifies the conflict between private duty and public expectation, while Lucy's manipulation exposes the superficiality and moral compromises often encouraged by polite society. It tends to reveal that withholding the truth can lead to unnecessary suffering, suggesting that transparency and sincerity are essential for ethical conduct and emotional fulfillment. Minor characters play an equally important role, advancing the plot, providing humour, and illustrating social norms. Mrs. Jennings, with her talkative and matchmaking tendencies, brings warmth and comic relief, while reflecting the period's obsession with marriage and appearances. Fanny Dashwood embodies selfishness and class-based greed, highlighting how status and wealth can corrupt family bonds. Lucy Steele operates in between, ambitious and manipulative, driving plot twists while revealing the strategies women adopted in a restrictive social system. Together, these characters enrich Austen's portrayal of Regency Society and reinforce the novel's thematic concerns. Satire and irony permeate the novel, allowing Austen to critique the cult of sensibility and the social pretensions of Regency England. Through exaggerated emotional displays and moral posturing, she exposes the absurdities of superficial sentimentality. Characters such as Willoughby, Mrs. Palmer, and Fanny Dashwood illustrate the discrepancy between appearance and virtue, while Austen's ironic narrative voice ensures that moral critique is tempered with humour. In so doing, the novel encourages readers to recognise the value of moderation and authenticity in both feeling and behaviour. Communication, or its absence, is another central mechanism driving misunderstandings and emotional suffering. Elinor's discretion, though principled, generates anxiety, while Marianne's impulsive openness leaves her vulnerable to deception and disappointment. Letters, casual remarks, and overheard conversations often catalyse conflict, revealing how social conventions complicate honest expression. Austen demonstrates that balanced communication, informed by both prudence and empathy, is essential for cultivating trust, emotional well-being, and social harmony. The sisters' marriages ultimately reconcile sense and sensibility, reflecting their personal growth. Elinor's union with Edward is sensible, rooted in moral integrity, respect, and steady affection. Yet it remains emotionally satisfying, demonstrating that reasoned love can be deeply fulfilling. Marianne's marriage to Colonel Brandon represents a tempered sensibility, as her passion is redirected into a mature, enduring love based on respect and shared values. Lasting happiness, it would seem, arises from the integration of reason and feeling, rather than the dominance of either quality alone. Sense and Sensibility reflects Austen's earliest literary visions and sets forth the foundation for the themes and style she would refine in her later works. Recurring motifs such as tension between reason and emotion, women's social limitations, and the moral evaluation of marriage appear in Pride and Prejudice and Mansfield Park. Stylistically, the novel displays Austen's trademark wit, irony, and keen social observation. While the prose is occasionally more formal than in her later novels, the vivid characterizations, clear moral contrasts, and nuanced commentary demonstrate her early mastery and enduring literary appeal. Sense and Sensibility thus remains a compelling exploration of emotional intelligence, moral integrity, and the complexities of human relationships within a structured social world. Please remember that Book Time Learning is dedicated to the study of writing and literature. If our video has been informative, helpful, or enjoyable in any way, please consider clicking the like button and/or subscribing. And thank you for watching.